My Anglican grandmother used to quote frequently from St. Paul's letters to the Ephesians. None of that meant anything to me until I visited the ruins of ancient Ephesus in Turkey and saw where the early Christian apostle Paul had done his missionary work. It is here that he wrote the Bible's Epistle to the Ephesians. Our excursion to Ephesus brought us face to face with ancient Greco-Roman Turkey. The excavated ruins we visited reflected a city founded in the 10th century BC and abandoned in the 15th century AD, a span of 2,500 years. During this time, Ephesus grew to a population of more than 200,000, serving as a thriving port with access to the Mediterranean Sea and playing a central role in the spread of Christianity. Pagan gods, as well as Greek, Roman, and Eastern deities, all coexisted in Ephesus at one time or another. Here's a 1612 painting by Lucio Massari, which depicts Christian converts at Ephesus burning their books of magic at the behest of Paul, as recorded in the New Testament's Acts of the Apostles. As we wandered through the wide columned public gathering places of Ephesus, we saw streets paved in various ways, including with marble. In fact, marble seemed to be the building material of choice throughout Ephesus. Here, believe it or not, is a street paved with a beautiful mosaic. Much of what we saw could be dated to the 1st and 2nd centuries AD. Some examples: here's the Temple of Hadrian, 138 AD. Here's the Domitian Temple, dedicated in the year 90. The imposing Library of Celsus, now just a reconstructed facade, teases us with the magnificence of what once housed more than 12,000 scrolls. It had been built as a monumental tomb for Celsus, a physician and encyclopedist known for his medical work De Medicina. The library was first destroyed by fire, then by earthquake and war, but the facade features statues representing wisdom, knowledge, intelligence, and virtue, qualities most prized by Celsus, who happened also to be a Christian skeptic. Moving on to other notable ruins, we come to the Baths of Varius. The Trajan Fountain doesn't have water flowing today, but reminds us how advanced the infrastructure of Ephesus was in its day, supplying water brought by aqueducts throughout the city. Of course, if water is supplied, it must also be disposed of. Here are public toilets, serviced by a hidden stream underneath. As a theater buff, I was fascinated by the Odeon Theater, which seats up to 1,400, and at one time was completely covered. Its acoustics were said to be excellent. Here's a fun discovery. This marble relief showing Nike, the winged goddess of victory, is said to have been the inspiration for the athletic shoe company's iconic swoosh logo. At first, I felt sorry for art student Carolyn Davidson, who designed Nike's logo in 1971, but charged only $35 for her work. Then in 1983, she was honored by the company with shares of stock that, as of April 2024, were worth about $4 million. Never underestimate the power of a Greek goddess. While on the subject of advertising, take note of these pavement signs, designed to lead gentlemen to the public brothel in Ephesus. Just follow the footsteps to a perfectly legal, regulated feature of ancient culture that is still in effect throughout Turkey today. Gambling is prohibited, but brothels are legit. To me, the most impressive structure I saw in Ephesus was the Great Theater, which was first constructed by the Greeks in about 250 BC, but greatly enlarged by the Romans to a seating capacity of up to 25,000 people. It's built of, you guessed it, marble, and it was the site of some of the Apostle Paul's efforts to convert the pagans. More recently, the Great Theater has hosted performances by artists such as Elton John, Joan Baez, Ray Charles, Sting, and Diana Ross. No question about it, Ephesus rocks.